Hi, and welcome back to the World of Cars channel. Today I'll be showing you how to avoid very costly repairs on your AC compressor with seized up pulley bearings, which cause your serpentine belt to shred. In fact, you won't even have to take the AC compressor out to work on it. It can save you a lot of money. However, with every single save or cut in the corners, you have to sacrifice or give up something. In this case, we're going to give up our AC comfort. So if this is summer and you have about 100 degrees or above temperature outside, probably this is not the best solution for you. But if you can withstand the heat, or even if you need a temporary solution to work on your AC compressor later, this is the right solution for you. So what happened, my AC system was out for quite some time. And recently my AC compressor started making very grinding, almost metal to metal noise. So I knew it's a matter of time when the AC compressor, the clutch of the AC compressor or the pulley bearings will get stuck or be completely destroyed. In fact, that's what happened just a few days ago. The AC pulley bearings right there got seized up and causing the pulley not to spin at all. So if I go and try to spin that AC pulley, you will see that it barely spins. The belt start going through the pulley, not spinning, that got really hot and snapped. So what do you do now? You would have to take the AC compressor out apart to fix the clutch, to fix the pulley bearings, wherever you have to do there. In my case, you would have to completely replace the AC compressor. And if you're replacing the AC compressor, most likely you would have to replace the receiver dryer, you have to replace the condenser, you have to pump the system out, recharge the system. So this is quite some job. So what do you do now? I'll print out this little diagram for you guys to show you the belt system that I have. For each car, of course, it's different. For my car, I have a dual belt system, so I have two belts. One of them is serpentine belt that goes from the crankshaft, goes to the power steering pump, tensioner, and the AC, and that's exactly the belt that got snapped. Here's the power steering pump. That's the idler pulley, and then you have the AC pulley. AC goes back to the crankshaft. The second belt is over here. That's the second belt that runs the water pump pulley, alternator, and goes back down to the crankshaft. That is the alternator. Here's my water pump pulley, and it goes back down to the crankshaft. We have this belt completely snapped. We don't have anymore the AC pulley. Pause the video, look at this diagram, and think about this. What can be done in order to fix our car, even temporary? Most of you probably thought about, what if we can bypass the AC pulley over here and go directly from the power steering pump using the tensioner and get to the crankshaft? So if the belt will go this way. And that's what we're gonna attempt today, guys. This is the idea. We'll see if it works or not. In order to perform this job, what you have to do, you have to release that tensioner pulley and slide it all the way back over here. Why? Because you want to get the closest distance to measure from the crankshaft to the power steering without the interference of the tensioner idler pulley over here. And once you get the shortest distance, you can measure that with the rope. Idler pulley slides back and forth over here, so you can slide it and fix it at certain position where it's going to get some tension to that belt over here. So let's go ahead, take the tensioner apart, slide it off, get the shortest distance, measure that distance, and order the belt. To turn loose the tensioner idler pulley, you have that nut right there. You have to turn that nut loose first, and then also you have this bolt right here. You have to turn it counterclockwise to release and slide it towards you, so that will release your tensioner pulley. 14mm nut over there. Use your ratchet. Take that not completely out, so that way you can turn the pulley completely loose. And if you took your nut off from the pulley, that thing's supposed to just slide out, and that's the tensioner. That's how it works. Your nut goes over here and secures the pulley, and you got that tension that actually, if you start screwing in, it will give the tensioner to the belt. So we got that out. Once you got the tensioner out, slide that pulley completely towards you, so it gives you enough room. You can take any kind of rope. I'm going to use this rope to go around the crankshaft right over there, and goes around the power steering pump right here, and measure that distance. Probably you need the second pair of hands to hold the rope, because it's not easy task to do by yourself. You got the rope going around the crankshaft pulley right over there. It goes around it and goes back straight to the power steering pump, avoiding the AC compressor pulley, of course. Just put the marker or something, guys, that you can mark that distance right over here. Now you can take your tape measure, and of course probably you need again second pair of hands to help you out to get the precise distance. It's going to be 42.5. Once you know the length of the belt that you need, I'm going to leave in the description of this video the chart to the Dayco belts, that you can use that chart to find exact belt what you need. In that chart, use the effective length. Effective length is more precise. Do not use the outside circumference of the belt. Also important, you need to count the number of ribs here, and number of ribs in my belt is 5. Count the number of ribs, use the effective length, find the right belt that you need. Belt is over here, just came in. That's the Dayco belt, and you can see the part number. Number of ribs 5, that's what we got here, but this belt now is 42.5 inch. Let's go ahead and try it on. I got the belt around the crankshaft pulley right over there, and now I'm trying to get that on the power steering pump right over here, but that's going to be very tight at this point. Okay, you have to get the second person right here. You take the ratchet and start spinning your crankshaft pulley clockwise, so the belt will start coming on right here. You just need to have the second person who's gonna hold this and gonna be priming the belt on the power steering pump. The belt is successfully on. It's without the tensioner yet. Show you how I done that. You have to have a second person that will be priming that belt right over here, right? And what you do is you come over here and use that ratchet and spin your crankshaft clockwise. That motion from the crankshaft pulley will come over here, and the second person have to just prime the belt on the top of that. The only thing that is left at this point, put the tensioner back on. In my case, the tensioner was a little bit tight right here, so you have to kind of work it out. Take the screwdriver and prime it, the tensioner here, so it comes into the position. Extend that a little bit, just a bit. There we go. And now it should get on. Yep, it's on. Now take that nut, 14mm nut. We're gonna just hand snag that, and then we're gonna start turning that bolt to get the tension on. It's 14mm, and you start going clockwise as well. That's what is gonna put the tension on the belt. You want to feel the belt right over here. Just as you kind of go, just feel the tension on that belt. You don't want to super tight. That is getting pretty tight right here. I'm gonna leave it because that's enough slack. It's not too tight. That's gonna fix our pulley in the position. And I don't have the torque specs on that, guys, but just get a hand, snag it on that, just like that. It should go nowhere. One thing I was going to mention, some of you would say that's probably a good idea to go ahead and change the idler pulley at this point. Yes, it is, but unfortunately, with this poor design, what they have in this Mitsubishi Galant, you cannot really take that idler pulley out unless you take the mounting bolt out and lower the engine or leave the engine up. We will do it once we're gonna work on the AC compressor, or once we're gonna work on the timing belt. And the reason is my timing belt is due pretty soon. As you can see, it's cracked right here. I'm gonna start up the car and see how it runs. Ready to crank the car up. Hopefully it works. We got the power steering pump going. We bypassed the AC compressor. It's done. It's working. It spins the pump. Everything seems to work fine. And just want to show you guys how it runs. It runs very smoothly. No issues so far. That is how you bypass your AC pulley. Everything seems to work fine. I just took the car for a test drive. It runs smoothly, no issues with the power steering. And this is how you bypass the AC pulley, guys. Again, we don't have the AC comfort, but it's up to you to use that as a permanent solution or as a temporary solution. Again, for me, that works. I save thousands of dollars. So it's up to you to leave it that way, but it definitely works as a temporary solution. If you go to the shop, they charge you thousands of dollars to get new AC compressor, new belts. That just adds up, guys. In my case, guys, this was the easiest solution, $20. $20 is a lot cheaper than $1,000. I really hope that helps somebody along the way. Just show the trick, how to do stuff, how to get around things. Please leave the comments, ask questions. I usually answer them. Please consider to subscribe, and see you next time.